Hello, everyone. This is Yoko. I've noticed that a lot of information about what's happening in China often doesn't reach countries outside of China. So, I've decided to share the information I've gathered in English on this channel. I gather information from various media sources, and I'd be happy to receive your feedback and comments on the content of my videos. Also, please note that English is not my native language, so I use an AI speaker to generate the audio to ensure that I convey the information accurately. Today, I'd like to talk about the smartphone situation in China. Currently, there are two major topics related to smartphones in China. One is that Huawei has launched a new product, and the other is that Apple has also released a new product. You may already be aware, but the Chinese Communist Party has banned government employees and employees of state-owned enterprises from using iPhones. The US government has also been warning about the risks of Chinese smartphones for quite some time, so it was within expectations that the Chinese Communist Party would make such a statement. However, the impact of this on the entire Chinese population and its potential negative effects on Apple's sales and stock price have been a subject of interest. The ban by the Communist Party on government employees and state-owned enterprise employees from using iPhones raised questions about its impact on the general population in China. This move by the party was seen as a form of pressure on the United States. Another point of interest is whether the general Chinese population will follow suit with this trend, especially considering that Huawei has released new products. So, let's start by discussing these aspects. First, regarding the popularity of iPhones, they went on sale at 8 a.m. on September 22, but in Beijing, people started lining up as early as 1 a.m., which is more like late at night than early morning. In Shanghai, people started lining up at 5 a.m. It seems that people are eager to get their hands on iPhones, and the popularity of iPhones has not diminished. By the way, people who line up early are often thought to be trying to buy iPhones not for personal use but for resale. It's said that there are quite a few people in China who buy iPhones at a higher price than the official price and resell them. So, the popularity of iPhones among Chinese consumers remains high. I also checked Chinese social media to see what the online discussions were like. There were threads asking whether people preferred the iPhone 15 or Huawei's latest offering. In one of these threads, it was found that more people favored Huawei, with 130,000 expressing a preference for it, while 96,000 expressed a desire for the iPhone. However, this doesn't mean that Huawei is overwhelmingly popular in China. iPhones still have a significant following. Now, let's talk about the image I found interesting. The person in the picture is Ren Zhengfei, the head of Huawei. This image was probably taken at an airport during a luggage inspection, and what's noteworthy is that even someone at the top of Huawei is seen using an Apple product. This suggests that, despite various discussions, Chinese consumers may still have some reservations about Chinese-made products. Huawei had faced speculation about exiting the smartphone business at one point due to strict US sanctions. They were unable to produce cutting-edge smartphones due to these restrictions, and there was concern that making outdated smartphones wouldn't sell well, leading to an exit from the smartphone market. However, they suddenly started releasing new products, which has raised questions about the technology behind these smartphones. Especially, since they are under US sanctions and shouldn't be able to produce certain chips domestically, the chips used in Huawei's smartphones have garnered significant attention. Initially, there were speculations that Huawei's smartphones were using a 7nm chip, which was supposed to be impossible to source. However, after reading multiple articles, it seems that Huawei is indeed using the 7nm chip. It is widely reported in various articles. With China lacking the manufacturing equipment to produce the 7nm chip, especially a crucial device called a lithography machine, which is produced by a Dutch company called ASML, there are several speculations about how Huawei obtained these chips. One theory is that they acquired ASML's lithography machines through a third country. However, these machines are quite expensive, and even if they were acquired through a third country, it would still be traceable. Additionally, having the machine alone is not enough. Various chemicals, initial settings, and software are needed for chip production. So, the possibility of advanced chip manufacturing equipment flowing into China is low. Another theory is that China developed a lithography machine similar to ASML's, but this seems unlikely because lithography machines are highly advanced and difficult to replicate easily. ASML currently has a monopoly on this technology. So, the most plausible theory is that Huawei is using older lithography machines, not the state-of-the-art ones, to theoretically manufacture 7-nanometer chips. This discussion began during the Trump administration when the US limited semiconductor supplies to China, fearing that it would encourage China to develop its own chips. In response, someone in the comments section suggested that by multiple recordings, even existing machines could produce 7-nanometer chips. However, doing this might lead to errors and reduced yields, making it uneconomical. It's possible that China made some improvements to address these issues and achieve mass production. If this is indeed the case, it means that China can now produce chips like the 7-nanometer chip domestically, even if it's not entirely based on their own unique technology. There are other speculations, such as Huawei obtaining chips from South Korea secretly, but the fact remains that China has somehow acquired chips like the 7-nanometer chip. In the future, I think the US will try to uncover the reasons behind this and close any potential loopholes. Currently, the semiconductor industry has entered the era of 3-nanometer chips, with 5-nanometer chips being the latest. So, 7-nanometer chips are still somewhat outdated. Nevertheless, what's crucial is that China, which was believed to be unable to source 7-nanometer chips, seems to have found a way to obtain them, and this has become a point of interest. In the world of semiconductors, just like in the field of medicine, we may soon reach a significant turning point in technology, possibly leading to innovations like new materials or packaging techniques. That's all for this discussion. Let's meet again next time. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and showing your support.